This summer, several of the county extension offices, as well as the Animal Science Department here at Oklahoma State, received several phone calls with concern about prussic acid poisoning. Prussic acid, or otherwise known as hydrocyanic acid, accumulates in some of the summer annuals, especially when these plants are drought stressed, and we need to be aware that it can occur if we have some frost as we get later into the fall. Anything that will stress these plants can increase the chances of prussic acid poisoning. Prussic acid has the effect on cattle in that it will keep the cattle from being able to mobilize the oxygen in the blood and move it into the tissues. And so essentially the cattle die of asphyxiation. Prussic acid poisoning will generally happen very, very quickly. It's cyanide, and therefore in just a very short period of time, if the cattle are infected with prussic acid, then we will see cattle going down and quite frankly succumbing in a very short period of time. The fact that we've had a lot of Johnsongrass this summer, I think, is one of the reasons why we've seen so much interest in prussic acid poisoning this year. Johnsongrass is notorious about being able to accumulate this particular toxin. One of the things that we can do to help us out a little bit in terms of preventing prussic acid, we know that if we hay the crop, making sure that we not only mow it, but have it completely cured before we put it in the bale. Once we get the crop mowed and allow those plants to dry, then the cell walls break and allow that gas to release into the atmosphere, greatly reducing the risk of prussic acid poisoning. So if that's a possibility, then you might want to consider actually putting that up for hay this year. Really be mindful as we get into the latter part of fall that if we have a light frost on some of these summer annual crops, that we stay off of those. Don't let the cattle graze those until there's at least been a real hard freeze to allow that plant again to dry up and to allow that gas to be released. You can visit with your county extension office anywhere in Oklahoma. Many of those offices have a test kit that they can bring out to the field and check to see if there's a high amount of prussic acid in the plants that you're about to graze. Also, if you'd like to learn more about this particular condition, there's an excellent fact sheet that you can download and read. It's prussic acid poisoning in livestock, PSS 2904. You can go to the SUNUP website. Go to SUNUP.OKSTATE.EDU, look under show links, and there you'll see an access to that particular fact sheet. Give you a lot more information about prussic acid poisoning. Something to be aware of as we go into the late summer and fall this year. We'll visit with you again next week on SUNUP's Cow-Calf Corner.